Now, Count on 2, live and local in the Low Country. This is News 2 at 6.
Good evening. I'm Brendan Clark.
I'm Carolyn Murray. Hundreds of people gathered to honor fallen North Charleston police officer Ryan McCluen.
McCluen was killed last Thursday night while off duty. He was riding his motorcycle. News 2 Stetson Miller attended that service today and has more.
Hey, good evening. Yes, it was a heartfelt ceremony here at Bethany United Methodist Church. This street was packed full of law enforcement vehicles. It was a lot of emotions here today to honor Officer McCluen. It was a somber day in Somerville as hundreds gathered to remember fallen Officer Ryan McCluen. Officers from the North Charleston Police Department, which McCluen joined a year and a half ago, along with Somerville Police and Charleston County Sheriff's Office, started the day with a procession of motorcycles and other vehicles from Dial Funeral Home to Bethany United Methodist Church. But officers from all across the state, from Berkeley to Beaufort County and more, came to honor Officer McCluen. Chief John Rogers of Somerville Police Department said it's important for police to come together when another officer loses their life.
Whether you wear a North Charleston badge or a Somerville badge or a Charleston City badge, it doesn't matter. We all work together, we all live together, we all live in the same community. So, it hits close to home.
Family and friends gathered at the church for a closed casket visitation. Church staff say McCluen and his family were very active in the church. Later on during the service, where no cameras were allowed, many described Officer McCluen as a kind man who was actively involved in his community. Chief Reggie Burgess said he volunteered in the Cops athletic program's Powder Puff Football League and mentored children through the program. His father, Lawrence McCluen, said that despite the loss of his son, that he forgives the woman that killed Ryan, Whitney Brooks. Officer McCluen's body was then taken to Somerville Cemetery. As the procession went by on the way to the cemetery, a mother of a Somerville police officer watched the motorcade go by with her children by her side.
We're a law enforcement family, so this is family for us. It was important that they got to be a part of that. So.
Officer McCluen was laid to rest around 3 p.m. Now, there were so many people here today that myself and police officers that were attending the service had to go into an overflow room. There wasn't enough room in the church for all the people that were here. And also, Reverend Mitch Houston said that this has brought out the very best in humanity despite this tragedy. In Somerville, Stetson Miller, Count on 2.
Continuing our coverage, the parents of Officer Ryan McCluen speaking about his life and legacy. News 2's Natalie Price spoke with them, and Natalie, they described their son as a family-oriented man.
He absolutely was. They say he loved his family and his community. Ryan's mother and stepfather offered to talk with me after the motorcade took Ryan to the funeral home. The family obviously very sad, but that doesn't stop them from wanting the community to know who Ryan was. Ryan McCluen decided quickly after moving to South Carolina that he wanted to join the force.
One of the things that he really wanted to do was to become a police officer. Pursued his dream, did everything that he possibly could to make that happen. Went through the academy and looked forward to going to the streets.
Ryan's mother and stepfather say he was one of the most compassionate people you could ever meet.
He saw people as human beings, and you treat them the way that you should. You shouldn't prejudge them. Just be a nice person, and that's the way he was.
Family-oriented, Ryan did not let tradition fade away.
Ryan's a kid that cooked Sunday dinner for us if he had the day off. What do you guys want to eat? Pick something.
Taking lessons, they say, from the families of the Emmanuel 9, the Cons say they forgive Whitney Brooks, who's charged with DUI causing death.
I hope and pray that it was truly an accident. But I'm prepared that if that was not the case and there were other contributing factors, I'm going to accept it for what it is. We still forgive her for what happened.
They say the love they've been shown is helping them through this.
We're devastated, but we're holding it together, I think, because of the love around us from our church, from our friends, and our faith. Faith, family, friends.
And
the 3 F's.
And we see these people, and we know that Ryan was loved. And to us, that is a huge consolation.
I asked Mr. and Mrs. Kahn about the best way to honor Ryan as a community. The answer was to just be nice to others. Reporting in studio, Natalie Price, Count on 2.
Natalie, thank you. Whitney Brooks, the suspect charged with felony driving under the influence in connection with Officer McLuhan's death, has posted bond and is out of jail. On Friday, her bond was set at $125,000, but her attorney claimed that she blew a .00 on a breathalyzer test. We are still awaiting the results of a toxicology report. Our team coverage continues right now in Somerville. Officer McLuhan and some of his brothers in blue, you say they were part of a motorcycle club.
They sure were. Right now, they are holding a fundraiser to help Officer McLuhan's family. McLuhan, a part of the Gunfighters Motorcycle Club, whose members are only law enforcement. We have members from Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Virginia, and many more going to the Carolina Ale House tonight in Somerville to honor Officer McLuhan. For 8 months, Officer McLuhan, a part of that club. It mixes the love of law enforcement and bikes. They say tonight, a time for fellowship and doing what they believe Officer McLuhan would have wanted.
I think he would have wanted us to do exactly what we're doing, to get together, to kind of support each other, because it's difficult whether you're on the, in the gunfighters, or whether you're on the police department side, or whether you're intermixed with the family. He would have wanted us to make some positive.
And while spending time with Major Wilkie, he says Officer McLuhan was actually leaving a Gunfighters Motorcycle Club meeting before that accident happened last week. He says a brotherhood, they are just doing whatever they can to help a fellow first responders family during this very difficult time.
We will have much more on Officer McLuhan's funeral and the fundraiser for his family tonight at 10 and 11 o'clock. You can also head to our website. It's counton2.com if you'd like more information.
Caught on camera, thieves stealing tires from a business in West Ashley. The general manager of Gerald's Tires tells us one of the suspects sneaked into the area where the shop stores tires during the day and threw 8 of them to a woman who was apparently waiting on the other side. They say it was all captured by someone eating at a restaurant next door. That person took the video to Gerald so police can use it to track down the tire thieves.
We stay very busy. As you can see, there's a lot of cars coming and going and coming and going, and it's hard to have somebody just manning every inch of the building and the storage area. So we haven't had a big problem with it in the past. Occasional ones we've had, but this is pretty blatant right in the middle of the day while we have so many people walking around.
Gerald's plans to increase surveillance as a result of this theft, and they are asking anyone who recognizes the people or the car in this video to please contact the Charleston Police Department.
The Storm Team 2 Olympic Forecast, brought to you by Cletus Law Firm and your local Honda dealers.
And we are winding down the Winter Olympics here the last few days or so, and we're also winding down the temperatures as we head well into Wednesday and into the afternoon. Looks like we've got temperatures around freezing or just a little bit below. Pyeongchang at 32 as we head into Wednesday evening, but at least plenty of sunshine. Don't see any big storms over there. The chance of snow is fairly small, but of course remaining cold here through the rest of the week.
All right, thank you, Rob. Threatening phone calls to Cane Bay High School forced that school to go into lockdown mode today. School officials say they received calls about people outside intending to harm the students. Another call stated there were several bombs on the school campus. Berkeley County Sheriff's deputies were called to investigate the threats. The all clear was given around 1 o'clock today.
Also, a shooting downtown. One person is dead. Charleston police searching for a suspect. The shooting took place Monday night on Haygood Avenue just after 6:30. When police got there, they found a man had been shot. He was taken to the hospital but later died. If you have any information on this shooting, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous with this phone call. It's 843-554-1111.
The coroner has released the name of the person killed in an accident that happened on Highway 61 in Dorchester County this morning. 31-year-old Cody Davis of Somerville was pronounced dead at the scene. South Carolina Highway Patrol says that he hit a deer while riding the motorcycle. This accident is being investigated tonight.
A recent report says people here in this state pay more for their electric bills than any other state. News 2's Berkeley County reporter Raymond Owens joins us from Moncks Corner with a look at why.